y be created. When you triangulate, you have to draw a line to all the other corners or vertices. In math, we call a corner of a shape a vertice. Vertexes. Right. Now, as you can see, some of the corners already have lines going to them. Like here, well, there's this line. And to here, there's this line. But this one doesn't. This one doesn't. And that one doesn't. As you can see, when I did that, I cut the shape up into triangles. Note that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. Well, we know something about a triangle. We know that the angles of a triangle make 180 degrees. Well, that means if I've got 4 triangles, I would do 4 times 180, which gives me 720. Well, not surprisingly, the formula would give us the same thing. Notice if I change n here to the number of sides, 6, or 6 sides, I've got 6 minus 2, which is 4, which is exactly the number of triangles I had, and 4 times 180 gives me the same number. That's what the formula is based on. It's based on triangulation. But again, if you can remember the formula, you don't have to remember all the sums of the interior angles, which would probably be a good thing. It's probably better the two that you remember it, because let's say I test, and I would be able enough to do this. Let's say I ask you to find the sum of the angle measures of a 220-sided shape. Right? You don't want to sit there and add 180 for an hour. You certainly don't want to draw a shape with 220 sides and then trying to cut it up into triangles. That's going to take you a little bit of time. So probably best off if you remember that formula. It's not too difficult. N minus 2 times 180. All right, let's talk about regular shapes next. Let's go over here to example 1 and 2. I'll come back and do that one last once we talk about regular shapes some more. All right. Example 1 says, is a rectangle a regular polygon? Now remember, by regular, there's 2 things that have to be true in a regular shape. All the sides have to have the exact same length. All the angles have to have the exact same measure. So in a rectangle, do all the sides measure the same thing? Do all the angles measure the same thing? Kaylee? No, they don't. The sides are different lengths. So a rectangle is not a regular polygon. How about a square? Is a square a regular polygon? Kaylee?
Yes.
Yes, it is. In a square, we know all the sides have the same length. We know that all the angles measure 90 degrees, so that's a yes. All right. A polygon has 17 sides. Find the sum of its angle measures. Polygon has 17 sides. Find the sum of its angle measures. Polygon has 17 sides. Find the sum of its angle measures. So here I'm using that formula I just talked about, this one here. Again, n becomes the number of sides the shape has. So if I'm doing n minus 2 times 180, this is 17 minus 2 times 180. Yeah. 17 minus 2 is equal to 15. So I'm doing 15 times 180. 15 times 180 gives me 2,700. Okay, last one. I gotta go back to that other column to get that last one. That last one says to find the measure of one angle in a regular heptagon. Find the measure of one angle in a regular heptagon. So, this is as close as I'm going to get to regular heptagon without getting the ruler out, and that's not too great, but I never said to be an artist, thank God. So, here's my heptagon. I'm trying to find the measure of one angle, so just this one angle. As you can see, there's also a formula to do that. It's very similar to the one you've already gotten. Right? Notice it starts with the n minus 2 times 180, so the same formula here. But after you do it, you've just got to divide by n. regular heptagon. Well, a heptagon has 7 sides. So I'm changing n into 7. So I'm doing 7 minus 2 times 180 divided by 7. That's the same as 5 times 180 divided by 7. And you divide that out and you get 128.57 degrees. But that's, again, that's only if they want to know one angle. If they want to know all of them, I use that. Okay.